Welcome back to another Once Human video by Mufasa. Today, we will be discussing the ins and outs of mods, what to look for, what to salvage, what to keep, and what to do with them. Now, please keep in mind that this video will not be covering specific builds, but an overall view of mods and how you should invest your time into them. Now, mods are separated into multiple groups: weapon mods, armor mods, and further into helmet, top, bottoms, shoes, gloves, and mask. Now, mods themselves, when equipped, only apply when that weapon or armor is actively being used on your character. What this means is that any mod on your primary, secondary, or melee weapon will only apply to your stats when they are the weapon being used. Furthermore, outside of a mod's core effects, they have additional tribute lines that unlock according to what tier gear they are equipped to. Understanding these lines is probably the most important piece of knowledge you will need to learn to best upgrade and min-max your character's future. Each attribute line applies to Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, and Tier 5 weapon and or armor pieces. Now, depending on where an attribute is listed on a mod can determine if the mod is useful early on or not. But here we want to discuss more than that. We want to discuss what mods are worth keeping and what mods should we never keep. To determine this, we will have to assign a point system to the mods. A point system can easily be made by looking at the attributes. When looking at the attributes, you'll notice that there are gray ones, green ones, blue ones, purple ones, and gold ones. So if we use the colors to assign a point value, we can surmise that grays equal 1, greens equal 2, blues equal 3, purple equals 4, and gold equals 5. And with using this, we can determine that a mod can have a maximum value of 20 points after enhancement, which would be the 4 attribute lines having a total value of 15, followed by an enhancement of 5 points. Now, I have only personally seen a maximum of 17 points on a mod. That's 12 base plus 5 enhancement. But that isn't to say that 20 is not achievable. Now, with this knowledge on hand, we can determine that any mod with a value less than a certain number should not be used or kept. The rule that I use is the value of 10, meaning that any mod with a value less than 10 should automatically be destroyed and converted into mod parts for enhancing better mods. There is another reason for this, however, and that is mod conversion. Did you know that mod conversion is a great tool, and when understanding the point system can become an even greater asset? When using the mod conversion tool, you can create any mod for any piece of weapon or armor, as long as you have collected 3 of that mod at some point in your Once Human career. Furthermore, you don't need to have any of those mods on hand to create the one that you want. If planned correctly, you can even guarantee a stat line or 2 by using at least 4 mods with a specific suffix tied to them. If planned even further, you can get mods that are at minimum 10 points or higher. You can do this by again using the point system. When applying at least 64 points worth of mods in a conversion, you will get a minimum of a 10-point mod. That includes 1 purple stat line and at minimum 3 green stat lines, which could even populate as a blue stat line. Once you reach 66 points, you can actually get a guaranteed purple stat line and a guaranteed blue stat line, usually with 2 additional greens, meaning that you will be getting an 11-point mod off of the conversion. Now, the higher the base points are on the mod, the better the mod is in general, as this means each attribute line will naturally be higher. Mind you, there are other factors as well, and that is your build and what stat lines it wants on your mods. For example, status element builds generally do not want crit, weapon, or weak spot damage, and vice versa. So use your best judgment when evaluating those lines. Now, I know there's a lot of information in this video, and if you have any questions on something either you don't understand or that I missed, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I will get back with you as soon as I am able to. Or you can visit us over at twitch.tv/Mufasa Sunday through Thursday, and ask me live on air why I'm most readily available. Thank you for tuning in to the video, and if y'all enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button for more Once Human content.